Well, hello, everybody.
Happy Monday. Looks like we're going to have a full room tonight.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is so awesome.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Karen. Hey, Tora. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Christian.
Look, there's another Gwen.
There is
Yeah, there is
another
another
Gwen.
Gwen. And Jerome and Melissa. Excited to have everybody here. So, Christian is our guide for tomorrow.
Yep.
Excited to have you here today as well. You both are breathwork facilitators, so you should connect regardless. Um, Very excited to have everybody here. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Amir. How are you?
Very awesome.
Good.
Really excited about this today. Gwen is a dear, dear friend of ours. She made us both breathe uh, more than once, pretty intensely. Broke us apart and then put the duct tape to put us back together. Really incredible. And has been one of our first guides. So we are lucky and fortunate to have you with us today. We have a lot of good friends here, so very excited to have everybody.
So I'm really curious. We would just want to drop in the chat, obviously, a word how you're feeling today, but also if you've ever tried breath work or not. I know that I never had before my first session with Gwen, and I didn't know what to expect. And I was pretty surprised and really amazed at my body and what's available to me. So if you don't mind sharing in the chat, if you have experienced breath work or are a newbie and how you're feeling today. Gwen, how are you feeling today?
Excited.
Awesome.
Yes.
So we're still letting people in. We'll give it just another minute or two before we hand over to Gwen.
So today is day 5, right?
Yeah.
So we had self-compassion, mind,
clarity, let go,
chatter, digital,
digital detox.
Detox. What am I missing?
Sleep.
Oh, sleep. Yeah, we had Brooke yesterday. Wow.
You missed it last night. You missed the memo.
I fell asleep. Yeah.
Let's see. We have someone's feeling overwhelmed. This will help. Definitely. Feeling good, a little stressed. This will help. Definitely. Yes, I have experienced breath work. Feeling excellent. This will help that too. Feeling anxious.
Hi, Larry. Good to see you again.
Larry's feeling stormy. This will help. Never experienced breath work, Gaia. I'm nervous but excited. So awesome. You guys definitely have the right guide, you first timers.
Yeah. So, yeah, without further ado, I think.
Let me introduce Gwen. We have a few words about her.
Yeah. Maybe I'll hear something I didn't.
Probably not. So as Amir said, Gwen is a dear friend of ours and the founder of Breath is Prayer and Inspired Sedona. She guides clients to explore their inner landscape, step into their most authentic, empowered self, and choose a path that aligns with their purpose. She brings over 20 years of experience in helping others achieve a purpose-driven life. She's an expert in the passion test, family constellations, hypnotherapy, and coaching. And I personally have experienced family constellation work with Gwen, also amazing. So we'll put the link to book a session with Gwen at the end of today's session so you guys can experience her magic firsthand.
And we'll share some more of her doings later.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay. Well, I'm so excited to be here with you all today. I'm just taking a moment to scan the faces that I can see. And I just want to tell you that breathwork has been a mainstay in my life. And I want to say, really, since about 14, 15, when I started to learn yoga, but even more so from about the age of 30. And I'm now a lot older than that. I'll just say that. Okay. And I actually wanted to call this breath as your GPS. And so I'm just curious here. Raise your hand if you use a GPS. Does anybody use their GPS on their phone or their car, right? Yeah. Most of us can't live without our GPS. So, what if we knew that we actually had an inner GPS? We had a tool that could bring us home to ourselves in every moment of our lives. How awesome would that be? Because how many of you have or feel regularly been feeling a little lost, a little overwhelmed? I know I saw that in the chat, a little stressed, a little frantic, a little disconnected, discombobulated. I think you get the picture, right? Most of us are feeling that on a pretty regular basis. Why? Well, in part because most of us are pretty focused either out here or right here. Does anybody ever notice themselves being in their heads? Yeah? Has anybody ever, for example, been surprised to hear their stomach rumbling in hunger or realize that they haven't had a drink of water in the last 3 hours? Or maybe even just push through going to the bathroom? I mean, seriously, most of us are so disconnected from our bodies and emotions, forget that, right? We've learned at a young age to suppress our emotions, and so we typically like to avoid those if possible. Thank you very much. And let's see, what does that result in? What that results in is a lack of connection, a lack of clarity within ourselves, a lack of direction, a lack of purpose. And what if you knew that in a moment with a conscious breath, you could actually access those places within you that would give you some guidance, that would give you the information you need, right? Now, sometimes that might be a little bit scary. Why? Because if we paid attention to ourselves, we might have to actually do something about the fact that we're tired, we're hungry, we're pissed off, or whatever the case may be, right? But what I'm going to be sharing with you here today is a daily practice that has impacted my life tremendously. Amir and Shannon had mentioned that they did breath work with me, and what they're referring to is a breath as prayer ceremony where we breathe consciously for an hour set to music, and it's a profound, profound experience. We can access all kinds of things within ourselves in that amount of time. And by all means, join me for one of those sometime. It's wonderful. It's enlightening. It's a huge release. But at the same time, know that you have the ability every single day to access more of your own inner resources, to come home to yourself. So, what does that really mean, come home to yourself? I want to ask you something. Right now, look at me. If not to demand attention, but go ahead and look at me, right? Really focus on me. And I want to ask you, what do you notice about yourself right now in this moment? What comes to mind? Like, what do you notice as you're staring at me? And I want you to go ahead and put it in the chat. What do you notice about yourself? It might be a sensation. It might be an emotion. It might be numbness, heaviness. It might take you a moment. Chances are it might take you a moment. But I'd love to see you put in the chat what you notice. Because as I look at you, I notice you, yes, but I'm also noticing my breath. I'm also noticing my feet on the floor. Receptivity. Beautiful. What else do you notice? Now, if I don't notice my feet on the floor and I don't notice my breath when I'm staring at you, curiosity, I love it. I'm not noticing a whole lot about my experience. You feel quiet. We have the same energy. I love it. Yeah. So now I'd like you to close your eyes for just a moment. Okay? Just close your eyes. Maybe lean back. Make yourself comfortable. Give your body the luxury of being comfortable right now. Let's start with that. If you need to adjust in your chair, adjust in your chair. If you need to stretch, stretch. Maybe you need to take a sip of water. Please Give your body what it needs right now in this moment. Let's start there. And then with your eyes closed, I'd like to invite you to notice something in your own experience. It might be a sensation. You might be more aware of tension or more aware of relaxation. You might notice an emptiness. You might notice an overwhelm. What do you notice about yourself in this moment with your eyes closed? Is it possible that it's easier for you to notice yourself with your eyes closed? And then let's eyes and come back. And once again, please put in the chat, what did you notice with your eyes closed? Was it easier to notice your physical body? You notice how tired your eyes are. Beautiful. That's awareness, right? So it doesn't matter what the experience is. It's this connection with self. That's what I'm calling coming home to ourselves. We're not trying to make everything perfect, but we're being with ourselves because the bulk of our day is spent with our eyes open, looking out here at the world. It's much easier to be present with eyes closed. Absolutely. Yeah. So we spend the bulk of our lives looking out. Very little time going in. And our culture supports that, right? We're in a way indoctrinated to think that we're going to always feel better when we get something out here. When we get the right job, when we get the right person, when we fix all of our problems, and so on and so forth. I've worked with thousands of people, and I know from experience that actually everything we're looking for is within us already. Isn't that an amazing thought? Wow, right? It's like we've been brought up to think the cake and the icing are out here, but actually the cake's in here. The icing's out there, and it tastes good, but the cake's in here. But that's a concept until we actually feel it viscerally. And this is what the gift of the breath does, is with our eyes closed and breathing, it allows us to drop in, to connect to whatever is here in this moment. And you know what? This is actually what we're longing for. This is the deep longing we feel in our hearts when we want connection, love, approval, all of that. To first and foremost start by being with ourselves. How many of you here, at times, maybe even daily, feel a sense of scarcity? Raise your hand if you feel a sense of scarcity. It could be not enough time, not enough money, not enough love, not enough energy, not enough health. You name it, right? Most of us do. That's the truth. Let me tell you something. We're barely breathing. Did you know that? Do you notice your breath during the day? Because I don't even need to know you to know that you're breathing at a very reduced capacity. Not natural breath. Not the way you were born breathing if you were born healthy, right? The average American adult is said to breathe at 30% of their capacity. All right? So how do you think we're living if we're breathing at 30% of our capacity? And I can assure you that some of that sense of scarcity will start to disappear when you start to breathe more. And when I talk about breathing, I'm talking about opening up to receive the breath, to receive this gift of life, to receive not only oxygen, life force, energy, but also connection within and without, with myself, with others. We breathe the same breath. And with that vast field of intelligence, whether we call that God or nature, every religion around the world talks about the mysterious connection between breath and spirit, every single one. So during our practice of breathing together, I'd like to invite you to think less about doing the breathing than allowing it in. And for that reason, we're going to be breathing through an open mouth. Yes, it may be drying, but I'll tell you what, your throat will self adjust. You're welcome to close your mouth from time to time and refresh it, but I want to invite you to try just this once to try breathing through an open mouth. You don't have to. You can breathe however you want, but I'm inviting you to try it because guess what? We get more breath in when we open our mouths. So, the first thing that I'm going to walk you through is loosening up our mouth and jaw. And I'd love for you to consider adopting this practice of a daily breath work of anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. My sweet spot is 10. You're welcome to do it more. But if I don't start my day off this way, I feel lacking. I notice an hour, even sometimes a few hours later, what's wrong with me today? I kind of feel out of sorts. I don't feel aligned. I don't feel connected. Where's my sense of ease in my skin? Because I can tell you something, when we breathe consistently as a practice, you are much more likely to feel connection with yourself overall, ease and comfort in your own skin, and a sense of authenticity. So, what I'm recommending that you do on a daily basis, and this can be done lying down or sitting up, please not standing up or driving or walking or running, and play some music. I'm going to be playing some music here for you today. It doesn't have to be done at the morning. It can be done any time of the day. Some people prefer to do this in the evening to clear the day out, right? To be able to enjoy the evening more fully. But I will tell you this, when we do a regular breathwork practice, not only can we feel what I've already described, but it will start to wake you up in your day to day. And this is the greatest benefit of all. In a moment of stress, in a moment of overwhelm, of feeling lost, of feeling confused, disconnected, so on, you're going to remember your breath. And the beauty is, it's always here for you. It is always here for you. And you don't always have to breathe through an open mouth. You can also breathe through your nose if you're in mixed company and you don't feel like making a spectacle of yourself. But it's up to you. I leave that up to you. So I'm going to invite you once again to close your eyes and do whatever you need to do to make yourself comfortable right now in this moment. Maybe it's lean back, maybe it's sit up straighter. Take a moment, wiggle your toes, stretch your feet up and down just for a moment. Take a moment and rock your hips too. Don't forget your body in all of this, so important. Maybe roll your shoulders up and back a few times and forward. I like to take my hands over my head and shake my arms out and wake up the energy. Yeah, yum, energy, right? And then whenever you feel to, you're welcome to relax your hands wherever it feels good. It might be on your legs, alongside. Just listen to your own body. Whatever you're doing is perfect for you. And we're just going to start off by relaxing the jaw because the jaw is one of the places we hold the most tension. And when our jaw is locked, like it is with so many people, guess what? We just disconnected from our bodies. We created like a lock that keeps us up in our heads and out of our bodies. So just start off with your eyes closed by opening your mouth as wide as you can stretch it open and then just let it relax close. And just do that a few times. Really enjoy the movement, the opening, the releasing of opening wide and relaxing. And then with your mouth slightly parted, now slide your jaw side to side and just push slightly against the resistance on either side. That's it. So sliding your jaw side to side, and then now with your mouth open, take your jaw around in circles, big circles. Take your time. It's like a massage to your jaw muscles, big circles, moving all around one direction and then moving into the other. Beautiful. And then let's move into opening the mouth one more time. This time, stretch your mouth out, your tongue out, as far as it'll go. And then just relax. Bring the tongue back in, relax the mouth. And once again, stretch your mouth wide and relax. Big mouth, tongue out. Last time, really stretch it and then relax. And the last thing we're going to do is flutter the lips. Sometimes that's a little challenging at first because of tension in the lips. Just stay at it. It'll soften. Isn't that fun? Beautiful. And then just let your face relax. I see some smiles. I love it. So let your face relax now. And notice already, just by doing those simple mouth and jaw exercises, what do you notice? What might feel a little different right now? You might feel a loosening in the jaw. The lips might feel tingly. Your face might overall be more relaxed. And then go ahead and place your one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. And drop your mouth open. And start to breathe as if you're filling your belly, your chest with air. Mouth nice and open. Nobody's watching you. Your throat is soft and relaxed. Beautiful. Feel your belly, your chest rise and fall with each breath. And with your inhales, start to let yourself fill with oxygen, life force energy, consciousness, connection within, without. And with your exhales, just let yourself sigh, releasing tension, suppressed emotion, stuck energy of any kind. You might even want to bring your voice in on some of your exhales. I invite you to try it, even if it feels a little weird, even if you feel a little shy. Nobody can hear you. And notice how that feels in your body to feel the vibration of your own voice. And see if you can feel yourself opening to this breath, allowing yourself to receive it more fully, co-creating by drawing it in deeper. Surrendering with your exhales, letting go for right now of control, defenses, protection. Inviting this breath to take you in deeper and deeper to wherever you most need to go in this moment. And the next, and the next. Big open mouth, deep inhale, free exhale, and start to flow the breaths directly one into the next, feeling them like waves, waves on an ocean in constant motion. Occasionally bringing your voice in, using your voice as a healing tool, bringing your body into the parasympathetic, allowing you to release more fully even than just the breath alone. Using your voice softens the body, quiets the mind. And staying with this breath, staying in your own experience, simply noticing what arises moment to moment, breath by breath, being with whatever is here, allowing the breath to embrace it all. Nothing to change, nothing to fix, simply to keep opening to the breath and allowing the breath, that vast field of intelligence, to support you right now by bringing you home to yourself, by allowing you to release whatever is ready to be released. And for a moment now, just allowing your breath to flow naturally, to do whatever it wants to do. You might even find it deepening. You might find it softening. You might even come back to breathing through the nose. You're welcome to release your hands if you like, and then just take a moment and once again, really come home to yourselves. What's here? Maybe physical sensations are most alive in you right now. Maybe emotions. Maybe a sense of stillness. Connection to your body. Connection to something greater. Noticing, being with yourself. And I'd love to invite you to bring your arms into a hug and just give yourself the biggest squeeze. Or maybe it's a soft hug, whatever you find most nourishing. Letting yourself find your way into your own embrace, giving thanks for this body, for this breath of life, for this opportunity to be together in community, consciously, sharing the one breath, giving yourself love and appreciation for taking 21 minutes a day to love yourself up. Whenever you feel ready, or you can keep your arms there, you're welcome to drop your arms. Set the intention you're going to stay present with yourself. You're going to stay in your inner experience. And then slowly, as you can open your eyelids as you practice staying deep within yourself. And if you prefer, you may look softly out into the space, or you can look into each other's faces. I know for myself that after I breathe, the world is more beautiful. I see so much love in your faces right now. And I'd just love to hear from you in the chat. Any share about your experience or how you feel in this moment as a result of doing this practice. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you and much love to you, Chuck. Gratitude, beautiful, love and connection. Yes. Thank you. So keep putting things into the chat. I love this, calm, free, and love, grounded and calm. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me tonight. It's been such a pleasure, such an honor. I hope that you will continue to breathe every single day for the rest of your lives. Yes, and I
Oh,
turn
I
it back
love.
to Shannon and Amir. Thank you.
So awesome.
Thank
Got
you.
goosebumps, tears, warmth, love, connection every time we breathe together. It's incredible. Thank you, Gwen.
Oh,
Um, so our 21 minutes are over. I invite everybody to uh, make sure you memorize, write down, share on the chat the one word takeaway from today. I do feel like, and we're going to drop here in the chat Gwen's link on Guidely. So if any of you want to schedule a discovery session with Gwen, that would be awesome. I think we're also going to share about tomorrow's session. But those of you who wants to stay after for a few more minutes, I have personally a strong desire to share a little bit more about Gwen's work. So feel free to stay with us if you can. I want to be respectful to the time commitment we made. So you want to share with us what we're excited to have tomorrow, Christian, right?
Yes, Christian, who is on this call today, and another incredible guide of ours. Christian will be guiding us on a journey towards greater self fulfillment by using the foundation of his life experience of day in and day out living of a disciplined life of a monk in a meditative ashram for 10 years. He will be presenting the theory of everything. And I am very curious how we'll fit the theory of everything into 21 minutes. But I'm really excited and curious and open and excited. Every day, we don't know what the guides are coming with in advance. We have a summary and some back and forth, but we're experiencing this firsthand with you guys. And so it's been really fun.
That's awesome. So we have done work with Gwen on so many levels, passion test and family constellation, intense impact. I invite everybody to try. It's not easy, but it's
but I make it
makes
fun.
it,
I
it
always
makes it
make it fun.
playful. It makes it playful.
So
I
Gwen
do.
is in Sedona for local Arizonans, or if you're
And
not local, it's always a
virtual.
good field trip to Sedona.
And Gwen also participated on a relationship panel we held, I don't know, a few months ago, and was incredible. You're touching a lot of intimacy, relationship, sexuality lately. Do you want to share a little bit more about that?
Well, yeah, and it's such a timely moment to be sharing because I don't know if any of you watch Netflix, but if you do, the first show that Goop aired about sex and intimacy was last Thursday. And so it's really becoming such a mainstream conversation, which I'm just delighted because it is intimacy, at least the work that I do is intimacy with individuals and couples, but sexual but also emotional intimacy, right? Because of course the two go, hand in hand. And so I really meet people wherever they are in the intimacy work. So for some couples it's, they want to up level their sexuality. Great, we go there. And I'm trained in the erotic blueprints, which is the modality that was featured in the Goop show. So you get to see the founder Jaya in the Goop show. Yeah.
So, 5 love languages, I think we all heard.
Yeah.
Can you say what the five?
Yes. So, and most of you have probably heard of the five love languages, and this is the same kind of system where it's five types of erotic expression. And again, this is not limited to the bedroom. And it's the same premise as first and foremost, just like the love languages, if we know what we are, then we can actually expand and deepen and embody and own who we are more fully, and then ask for what it is that we need, right? Because people tend to think with the love languages, it's always about knowing what your partner's is. I always think it's more important to know what ours is. And then the second piece is, yes, of course, we want to learn what our partner's if we are in partnership, so that we can build a bridge of compassion and understanding. And the five types are energetic, sensual, sexual, kinky, and shapeshifter. Yeah. Little T's
Dot,
there.
dot, dot.
Yeah.
I think we're going to need to host another one just on that.
Yeah. So here's some, Paula's already seen it. It's fantastic, right? I love it. Yeah.
Awesome. So you're a facilitator
Yes.
and a guide on relationship, on intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
So really excited to have you, and I think that's gonna be it for today. And everybody, can you get off mute real quick? We have a tradition when before we part ways. Those of you who are comfortable, turn your cameras on, show up. Let's say a nice thank you and good night. Love seeing you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gwen.
Wonderful.
Great.
Bye.
Yay.
Thank you, Gwen.
Awesome.
Much
Thank you,
love.
Gwen.
Thanks, Larry.
Bye.
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 Good night, all.
Good
Good
night.
night.